Hi, this is Mark again at Physical of Eversville. Today, let's talk about a problem that I see a lot. I've touched on it before in past episodes, but I want to just kind of reiterate some more. And that is that you have to learn to keep your body stable when you are doing any type of exercises or whether you're doing stuff around the home. Because without stability, your body is prone to injury. So here's what I like to tell people in here. Your feet are not very big, and yet they are required to support everything above your feet. Now, when you add 2 to 3 times your body weight based on whether you're walking, running, stair climbing, that's even a greater load. And if your feet can't provide the stability for the rest of your body, you're going to break down somewhere. We get people breaking down at their ankles, their knees, their hips, their low back, all because they can't keep something stable. And just where you get the pain does not necessarily mean that's where the problem's coming from. So the first thing I always look at is what their feet doing. So I have them take their shoes off. And what I see a lot of times are collapsed arches and knees that turn slightly in. And when that happens, when your arches collapse, your foot is no longer stable. So I've got people that when they sit and just lift their leg, you can see a nice arch come into their foot, but when they put their weight through that, it flattens. What that tells me is they've got the potential to get that arch back, but the muscles aren't there. A lot of times what they do is that they're padded with orthotics, and so the muscles can't work like they're supposed to. So I have people work out barefoot, okay? Because so we can monitor the arches. And how to monitor the arches, you want to see that arch come back in, and you get that by just a very slight knee turnout, so your feet are going to be straight ahead, and a slight rotation of your knee towards your little toe, and that will pull your arch in. Try this at home. Stand there with your feet straight ahead, grip the ground lightly with your toes, don't let your feet move, turn your knee in towards your big toe, you'll see your arch collapse. Turn your knee towards your little toe, you'll see the arch come back in. That's the position that you want to move from. If you let your arch collapse, everything above it then cannot be stable either. So I tell people, walking with your arch flattened, or standing or exercising with your arch flattened is like working off a pile of sand. You can't be stable, it's going to be a lot more difficult, and then eventually something will break down. So the first thing we look at the feet. A lot of people also walk with their feet turned out, so they're setting themselves up for possible bunions, they're setting themselves up for ankle sprains, they're setting themselves up for knee pain. It's very rare that I ever treat a knee. I treat knee pain, but I don't treat the knee, because typically it's poor mechanics where the knee's caving in, and that's controlled through the hip, and they're losing their arch. So I'm always looking at that. We're trying to create stability starting from the ground up first. If you get that stable, then the rest of it you can stabilize. But without that, you're going to break down. So for this or other information, contact Mark at physicalofersville.com.